Hello everybody, welcome back to the MORFIT workout videos. Today we got mini band work for you, so grab your mini bands. Maybe have a whole set of them out. If you have multiples, if you just have one, that's okay. But it's going to be about 35 minutes of straight mini band work. So even if you got some fairly strong glutes, there is a strong possibility you are going to have to downgrade your band strength as we progress through the workout. You don't need anything else today, just the mini bands. If you don't have any and you just are wanting to participate, you can do pretty much all these movements body weight. You just won't get quite the same effect in terms of the additional resistance, which is fine. That's not a problem. As long as you're here, as long as you're moving, then that is all we ask of you. All right. Just going to say a couple quick words about mini bands before we get into it. So when we're placing our mini bands either on our upper body or lower body, try not to place them right across your joints, like right over your elbows, right over your knees. You want to go either just above the joint or just below the joint. As a general rule with the mini bands. Make sure you check your mini bands before you use them if there's any tears or cuts. Maybe the cat got at them before you did. Just want to make sure that they're not going to snap on you when you're using them. And then lastly, the range that the bands can stretch. So we typically recommend not to stretch a band beyond twice its resting length. So most of the movements that we're doing today will not really allow you to do that anyways, but some of the movements, depending on your height and your flexibility, you may find that the band will get close to twice its resting length. They've pretty much been tested to go to 2.5 times or 3 times and still not break, probably even 4 or 5 times, but we want to just make sure we keep it nice and safe and stay within that recommendation. So try to limit the band stretch to about twice its resting length. All right, we're going to get started here with just a little bit of a body weight warm-up before we get into the mini band work. So let's get started by just jogging on the spot here. Nice and soft, nice and easy. Got a little bit of a lower pace or chill music for us today, but it's sounding a little soft to me, so I'm going to go turn that up once I get you guys going into your plank jacks. All right, hands down to the floor. Plank position, you can either touch your feet out to the side and come back to the middle, or go into your plank jacks there. You keep it up. I'm going to turn the music up a bit here for you. All right, come on out of the plank jacks. We're going to go into a squat. And then lift the right knee up to the chest, pull nice and high. A little bit of balance work here. Grab the right ankle, pull the leg back, and hinge forward. Nice long torso. We're going to come back to the knee pull. Very good. Leg down and squat. Come back up. We're pulling the left knee up to the chest. High pull here. Good, grab the ankle. Hinge forward, I'll show from the side where we're at. Woo, and then balance sideways. There we go. And back up. Grab the knee, pull it up tall to the chest. And back down. Get your feet nice and wide here. We're going to lower the hands towards the floor. Walk the hands out until you're in plank position, and then walk back up. Keeping the hands on the floor, walk forward, back up, really shooting the hips up to the ceiling. If you can go hands a little bit further behind the feet, great. Come back forward, we got 2 more. Keeping the knees nice and straight. Walk it back. See how far you can reach. And 1 more. We're getting a nice stretch through the inner thigh on this exercise. From here, we're going to lower ourselves down to the floor. Legs to 90-90. So both knees are off to my right side. I've got 90 degrees in both legs. I'm going to keep my chest out tall, either hands up or hands on the ground if you need to. And we're going to rotate to the opposite side. Stay nice and tall. I'm at 90-90 now on the opposite side. Repeat back to the first side. Nice and tall. We're really trying to drive the hips down to the floor. So try not to really lift the pelvis up too high. And back to the first side. Or second side, sorry. Good. All right, we're going to keep going with these 90-90 rotations, but we're going to add a roll to it. So place your right elbow on the floor. Roll to your back. Roll to your left elbow. And then we're going to keep the chest nice and low to the shin here. So we're going to really stay low to the floor for this whole movement. Place the left elbow back on the floor. Roll to your back. Roll to the other elbow and glide the chest towards the right foot. This is a great exercise to open up the hips. Back to the first side. Glide the chest along the shin. Back to the elbow. Keep the elbows tucked in as you roll. And glide it over. All right, very good. Come back up to a squat position. If you can get down here, great. If you're up here, that's fine too. We're going to go through a series of a couple different movements here. So, hands in the front on the floor. Extend the knees. So it's a variation of the downward dog. If you just want to do a downward dog, that's fine. Okay, we're going to come back down to the squat. Place the knees on the floor. Push your toes out behind you. And now we're going to lean back. You might just stay here. You may get the elbows all the way to the floor. You may lie all the way down to the ground. Choose your mobility. But we're looking to get a nice stretch through the quads on that one. Let's go back to the downward dog. So hands on the floor, bring the toes back under, extend the hips. Or extend the knees, I should say. Bring the hips up. Walk the heels out. Whatever gives you a nice stretch in the back of the legs. All right, knees back down, toes out. Lean back. Keep the glutes engaged, keep the core engaged. We do not want to get pressure in the lumbar spine. All right, we got one more of each. Hands down, toes under, extend. We're going to get into our workout right after this. Feel that stretch. Good. Knees down, toes out, and final sesa stretch here. Squeeze the glutes, push the hips forward. All right. Nice, everybody. Come on up. Okay, grab your bands if they're not already handy. Get some water if you need. Here's our format today, guys. We're going to start with 1 minute of a squat-based movement with the mini band. After the 1 minute of squats, we're going to go into a ladder. It will either be the same exercise left and right, or two different exercises. But we'll do 25 seconds of each, and then 30 seconds of each, and then 35 seconds of each. There will be no rest in between, so it's probably going to be a little bit shorter just to transition in and out of positions. Following that ladder, we're going to go into 30 seconds of fire feet. So we're going to get back up with the band around the knees. We're going to go as quick as we can, fire feeding away. After that, it's the end of the round. So each round is going to be about 5.5 minutes with rest, and then we'll take a 1.5 minute break where I'll explain the exercises for the next circuit, and then we will get into it. So grab your mini band here. You're going to need one for the lower body, moderate to heavy, or keep it a bit lighter if you're just kind of getting started with mini bands. So we're going to place it either just above your knees, or you can go just below the knees. That's really wherever you feel more comfortable with the bands that you have. Keeping in mind that for Some exercises, the lower down the leg the band is, the harder it is. That'll be for any exercise where your foot's up in the air. If you're in a planted position, like a squat, and you're not picking your feet up, then the lower the band, the easier it is. So you'll have to play around with your exercises as you get to know them. You're also going to need in the second band, if you have two handy, one for the upper body. And that's going to come in for our first round. So keep that handy. I'm going to get our timer going, guys. Our first exercise is just basic squats. And we'll be building on those squats each round, so I'll explain kind of more about what to keep in mind as we go. Let's get our timer started. We're going in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great workout, everybody. Feet hip width apart or just wider. We're going to squat down and back up. This is our first exercise we're going to do with the mini band. It really gets us familiar with what this feels like to work against the resistance of the band. You'll notice they're trying to pull the knees together, so we need to do the opposite. We need to push out to resist the band. And that pushing out is what really activates some of the hip stabilizer muscles, like gluteus medius and minimus, or the smaller or the higher glute muscles, if you've heard of those before. And those muscles are going to get really tired today. We're going to really pick on those hip stabilizer muscles, which are great to work on because we don't often focus on them. All right. You may already start to feel the glutes working more than they normally do. 3, 2, 1. Grab your second mini band, a light one. You're going to place it at your wrist. Our first exercise is a lateral plank walk. We're going to do this for 25 seconds. So, you're going to go in a plank position, and you're going to walk to the side with the band at the knees and the band at the wrists. And we're just going to go back and forth for 25 seconds. The amount of space you have in your house will determine how many steps you go to the left, how many to the right. If you got a wide open space, maybe just go 3 and 3. When you hear the bell, you're going to roll over onto your back. All right, onto your back. Keep both bands where they are. Arms and legs up. We're going to drop one leg down, drop one arm back. Come back up and switch sides. You may not be able to go all the way down because the band might start to slide. So you'll start to feel that. Just stop before the band starts traveling. All right, we're right back to the plank walk. No breaks in here. So 30 seconds now of each exercise. Keep going. If you find your band is too heavy on your arms, feel free to bring it up above your elbows. That'll make the exercise easier to get through. And if you don't have the band, no problem. You can stay with us. And keep going without the band. On your back again. We're right back to the dead bug. Opposite arm and leg drop. It's a lot of shoulder work to keep that one arm straight up and drop the other arm straight back. We're going to get the glutes and the hip flexors working on the legs as they kick up and down. On the bell, we have one more round. That's the longest. All right, 35-second round here. Back to the plank walk. If your shoulders are done, and just get rid of your band. And try to keep the walk going. Or you can just hold a plank. If you feel the walking is too tough, just plank it out. All right, on the back. Last time. Here we go. When we're finished this 35-second set, then we're gonna stand up, keeping the band at the knees, or put it down to your ankles if you want to challenge yourself a lot. We're going to get rid of the band at the wrist. We don't need the upper body band anymore for this round. Keep breathing, keep working. There it is. All right, stand up, get rid of the upper body band at the knees, or lower down the leg for more work. We're going to go into 30 seconds of fire feet. Just once, only 30 seconds. We can all work hard here. We're going to get down into a squat position, and we're going back and forth between the feet. Here we go, 30 seconds. Try to keep the knees wide, and keep the feet moving. Pretend you're on fire. You don't want to keep the foot down very long. So try not to be here. We don't want to jog. We want those feet sprinting up and down. 10 more. Three, 2, 1. All right. That's 1 round of 4 done. Great work. You got a 90-second break. Whew. I'm going to go into your next exercise for demonstration. So we're going to start with a pulsing squat. That'll be the 1-minute exercise. So we're gonna get into a low squat. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then jump, and then back to the pulses. The whole time the band is at the knees. Our ladder exercise, so the 25, 30, 35-second exercise, we're gonna have a band, but we're gonna place it around our feet, not our ankles, but over the feet themselves. And if you have it, another band at the hands, or you can even hold on to it. We're gonna bring one knee up as high as we can. And then the opposite hand is going to do a reverse slide. Okay? When the bell goes, we'll switch to the other side. So a lot of hip flexor work to keep that knee up. So light band in the hands, medium to heavy up top. All right, we got pulsing squat jumps. Get the band at the knees. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So we're pulsing. 1, 2. We're staying low on the pulse. 3, and jump, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Nice work. 1, 2, 3, and jump. From the side. Hips are back, spine is long and tall. 3, and jump. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Woo! 1, nice work. Try to stay low, keep the knees up. And jump. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Almost there. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't this feel great on the quads? We're up. 1, 2, 3, and jump. 4, 3, 2, and jump. Nice work. Okay, we gotta get one band around the feet, not the ankles, over top of your feet or your shoes, and then a fairly light band in the hands. I'm going to start by lifting up my right knee. So right knee is going to go up as high as it can, and my left arm is going to go out to the side, and then back in. So some balance work, some hip flexor work, even the front of the shins will be working, and the back of your arm. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. So left knee up, right leg, or right arm, sorry, is going out to the side. A little more wobbly on this side. Hopefully you're a bit more of a statue than I am. When we hear the bell, we're right back to the first side. The time just gets a little bit longer for every 3 rounds. All right, first side. As you get tired, your knee's gonna start to drop. So every few seconds, recheck yourself. Is my knee down here? Can I get it back up? You want it high. 10 seconds. What's more tired, the legs or the arm? All right, switch up. Left knee up. Right arm is doing the reverse fly. I was rewatching some of these videos yesterday, and I apologize for the glare in my glasses. I was trying a new website out for glasses, so I chose not to go with the anti-glare, just in case the glasses didn't work out. Glasses are fine, but now we don't have anti-glare. So you get the extra shine. All right, here we go. Back up, it's our 3rd round. "35 seconds. You know what's coming up when we're done these? We got fire feet. That'll be the last one of every round. And then we'll be halfway through the workout. Under 10 seconds here. Keep the knee up. Oh, my knee's dropping. We're trying. We're getting tired. Okay, last time on the second side. Shoulders get it. You keep going, keep going, keep going. I might need a break. Recheck the knee. Where's the knee at? 6 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. I almost fell over. All right, fire feet. Get the band back on. I'm going to try my ankles this time, a little bit tougher. And if you have it at the ankles, try a little bit of a wider stance. That'll really turn things up for you. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If you only have really light bands at home, you can always wrap more than one band around your leg, and that'll add more resistance as well. So if you need to make it harder, just add more bands on. Keep the fire feet going. This one's also called the J-Lo shake. So if you're wondering why things are shaking around back there, it's shaking on everybody. Not just you, that's it. All right, 2 rounds down. We got 2 more to go. What's coming up? So for the squats, bands around the knees. We will have a band around the wrists or the elbows for the squat. We're gonna do 1 minute of squat overhead raises. You can either be here, squat down and come down with the arms and back up, or you can start down and bring the arms up as you squat down. That last one will be more challenging. Your exercise, we got more overhead work. We're gonna start band at the wrists, no band at the feet this time. It's the only one where we take the bands off of the lower body, and we're gonna hinge down to a single leg hinge, and then back up. Keeping the arms in that Frankenstein position, straight out horizontal to the floor at all times. And we'll just be switching sides on that one. So lots of shoulders coming up in the next round, a little bit lighter on the legs. But we need to get our squats going first. So, get your band. I'm gonna move up to the blue here. I'm gonna move up to the lion, if you got some white lion bands. That's a little bit heavier. And then we have a second band up at the wrists. All right, I'm gonna start with the easier variation first. Everything up. Squats and bring the arms down. and then back up again. Try to keep the elbows straight, so we don't want to finish here. And try to finish overhead. So that's your end position, not here if you can. Harder variation, start out front. Arms go up as you go down. And it makes that bottom position really tough. You're pretty much doing an overhead squat. If you really want to crank it up last 30 seconds, just keep the arms up the whole time. Don't drop them down. I hope you got a light band in those arms. It's a lot of work, guys. Especially for what's coming up. 10 seconds. Keep the knees out. Don't let the bands pull the knees together. You gotta keep them wide. All right, here's your one relief in the lower body. No band at the legs. You can, it just makes it a little bit more awkward. So if you want to keep them on, go for it. Keep it at the knees. Otherwise, zombie position. And we're into a single leg hinge. So left leg kicks back. And then come back upright. Try not to touch your left foot to the floor in between your reps. So from the front here. So the arms stay straight out in front. I kick the wall. And then back up. All right, arms stay where they are, but the legs will switch. Try to keep tension on your band at all times. If your hands are together, then the band's not really doing anything, is it? So keep the tension on. 3, 2, and 1. If your shoulders are done, guys, switch your legs, get rid of the band for this round. Then we can add the band back in for the third round, if you can. If you did the light weights dumbbell workout with me yesterday, then I apologize to your shoulders. They're already very tired. And these mini bands are not helping. And time, switch it up, other leg. Great work, everybody. So on that hinge, we want to really keep the chest up. The knee that's planted is slightly bent. We're not trying to keep it locked out. Slightly different than maybe some yoga practices, because we have a different purpose with it. So that's what we're after. 4, 3, 2, and time. Okay, let's get the band around the wrists. Back to the first side. Left leg kicking back. If you've been holding the band on this whole time, then you're doing better than me. Keep it going. We want to also try to keep the pelvis nice and square. So try not to let the left side come up, but we want to keep your pelvis parallel to the floor. Woo. You may find the balance gets tougher as you get more tired. Oh, that's time. Okay, last one. Right leg up. How are those Frankenstein arms? If you were looking forward to seeing John for this video, we had a last minute switch out on you guys. I apologize for that. Almost there. 4, 3, 2. Very nice. All right, you know what's up next? Fire feet. So bend at the knees or bend at the ankles. That's your choice. If you got a ton of bands, maybe one at each. Here we go. Low and quick. Feel free to turn around, move around. You can even try high stompers, where you get the feet up even higher, but keep the speed up. Those will get the heart rate going nice and high. 3, 2, and 1. Good work, guys. 3 rounds down. 1 to go. Get some water. All right, where are we at? Oh, okay. So our next round, our squat variation will be a triple jump shuffle. So if you got the room for it, do the full triple jump. If you don't, do a double jump or a single jump. I'm gonna get down on my squat, forward, 1 jump, 2 jump, 3 jumps or bunny hops. And then you're gonna shuffle back to the start and repeat. Our shorter interval exercise will be a side plank clamshell. So in a side plank position, band at the knees, feet behind you. In a side plank, and we're just opening and closing the legs to finish off the glutes. All right, guys. Triple jump shuffle first. If any of you out there are using one of the bands from the Power Pack, either the Phoenix or the Pink Unicorn or Pegasus, give yourselves an extra round of applause at the end of the workout. Those are heavy bands. All right, triple jump shuffle. Here we go. Low squat, 1, 2, 3. Don't let those knees come together and shuffle right back. Here we go. 1 full minute. 2, 3. Shuffle back. I know this is not the most practical in some home workouts, but I'm sure you'll find a way to make it work. Shuffle back. Keep going, we got 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and shuffle back. 2, 3, and shuffle back. Keep it up, 15 seconds to go. 1, 2, 3. Really feeling the glutes and quads now. Good thing this isn't a 1-hour workout like yesterday. Woo! 3 seconds. And that's it. All right. Side plank clamshell. So, bands at the knees. We're gonna get down on the floor. Side plank position. I recommend from the elbow on this one, bring the hips up and forward. Your feet will stay together. So you're pivoting off of your feet. Your knees open up and close down. Whew. I should have changed my band. This one was fine for the jumps, but this is tougher. Try to get your knee higher than me if you can. My knee's not getting all the way up there. All right, switch sides. Hips up and forward, feet together, open up, close them up. Try to keep the top hip rolled forward. The tendency is to roll back on these. We want to avoid that, so keep the top hip pointing forward. All right, back to the first side. You keep going. I'm going to change up my band here. All right, keep it up. I'm going to show a variation for those that want to really crank it up a bit. Band at the knees or the ankles, full side plank, and then do your leg raise. That can also be off of the knee. So that's going to be quite a bit more challenging than the clamshell option. Choose your intensity. Especially if you're following along and you don't have a band at home, then you may want to go to the full leg raise option. Again, the clamshell, pivoting off of your feet. 10 here. We're gonna do an extra challenge on the last round. Flip over. The challenge to you for this round is to get your legs open and hold them there for the full time. So no more reps, just holding. Haha. Woo! I don't think I'm gonna make it, guys, but you try. Whew. I need a rest. And back up. Those glutes are just on fire now. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1. Switch up. Last time on the side plank. Same thing, once you're up, open up and hold. Hold as long as you can. After this, guys, we got some fire feet, and then that's it. Do a couple stretches and call it a day. Unless you're joining me at 5 o'clock for a body weight workout. Woo! Four, 3, 2, that's it. Okay, final 30 seconds of work. You got your fire feet. I'm gonna go fancy here. I'm gonna have one band on my knees, one on my ankles. See how this goes. Never tried this before. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Woo, that's a lot of band. Feels like someone's trying to kick my feet out from under me. All right. This is your last exercise of the day, everybody. Keep those knees out, keep the feet out. Here we go, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. All right. Nice work. I apologize to any of you that have a lot of leg hair. It usually does not feel too good coming on and off. Hopefully you didn't lose too much hair to the band pull. If you don't have bands and you're looking for bands, check us out at whitelineathletics.com. We've got all our bands in stock still. If you don't like the rubber ones, there's nice fabric ones as well. So check that out if you want. Where are we at here for time? Ooh, I'm keeping you guys in time today, that's good. All right, we're gonna do a couple stretches. We really worked on the glutes. We hit the quads pretty good. And we did actually work the back of the arms a fair amount, which is nice because we often miss that in just body weight exercises a lot of the time. So we're gonna stretch those muscle groups out today. Woo. Let's start with the quads. So standing up, grab hold of a wall if you need for balance. Right ankle in the hand. We did a very similar thing in our warm-up here. Fully bend or flex the knee. I want you to really squeeze your right glute or butt cheek and push your pelvis forward as you pull the knee back. That should give you a really nice stretch coming through the front of the thigh in your quads. Don't worry about the bell. All right, let's switch sides. Grabbing a hold of the left ankle. Pull the leg back. Try not to have your knee flared out to the side. Keep it pulled in by the other leg. Squeeze your left glutes. Push your hips forward as you pull the knee back. And just enjoy the wonderful sensation of that lactic acid flushing out. Muscles stretching out. Heart rate coming down. Blood pressure coming down. Sweat slowly leaving the body. And some nice relaxing music. I really liked the music today. Hopefully you guys were able to hear it back there. All right, release that. We're gonna go into a glute stretch. We're gonna lie down on our backs. I'm going to quickly show you the back option. If you have a wall close by, I'm going to show you a really awesome glute stretch using your wall. So if you don't have the wall, here's what I want you to do. Lie on your back, cross your left leg over your right thigh, grab a hold of the right shin or hamstring, whatever you can grab, and pull the legs towards the chest. That'll stretch out your left glute. Otherwise, I want you to go to your wall. Sit sideways to your wall, and then you're just gonna pivot on your back. So now both feet are up flat. If you need to move back a little bit, you'll have to choose your distance based on your height and flexibility. Take your right leg and cross it over the left. You can also set up by having your left leg straight on the wall first, cross over the right, and then start sliding the left heel down. And that will put you into a really nice stretch in your right glute. You can push your right knee towards the wall. That'll change the stretch. You can also slide your legs over to the left or over to the right to change which fibers of the glutes you're kind of focusing on. That's a really nice one. We really worked the glutes today, so play around with this stretch. We'll do another 10 seconds here. So a nice long stretch in the glutes. All right, switch sides. I'm gonna get my right leg straight on the wall, cross my left ankle over top of the thigh, and start sliding my right foot down until I feel a nice stretch. Pushing on the knee towards the brick wall and playing around with that left to right position. You'll find when the stretch is good for you. Whew. I'm quite a bit tighter on this side apparently. So ideally I would spend a little more time on this side, or maybe do another round of stretching afterwards. Just on this one side, or both if I have the time for both. All right, come out of there. Okay, I'm gonna get you guys into a hip flexor stretch, and then we'll do the backs of the shoulders at the same time. So bring your left leg forward. We're gonna go into a hip flexor stretch. Squeeze the glutes, tuck your pelvis under, and push your body weight forward. Right arm is gonna come across the body, grab the back of the elbow or the tricep, and pull your arm across the chest. From here, I want you to think of pulling your right shoulder to the wall behind you. And that should give a nice stretch to the back of the shoulder. We won't hold this one quite as long as the glutes. Release there, let's switch sides. Left knee down, big step forward with the right, tuck the hips, shift your weight forward. That'll stretch out the front of the left hip flexor. And then we've got the opposite arm. So left arm's coming across, grab the left elbow with the right hand, and then pull your left shoulder to the wall behind you. I think that's the longest workout I've ever done with mini bands. I think it probably is. I enjoyed it a lot. More than I thought I might actually, so thank you for being a part of that with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. All right, we're almost at 45 minutes, so I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all for joining us again at 5 o'clock tonight, so pretty much in, well, less than 5 hours now, I guess. You'll see me right back here. We'll be doing a bodyweight workout together. And then hopefully John's back tomorrow because I can't keep this up all week, 2 days. That's a little much for me. So thanks again. We'll see you at the next workout and have fun at home, guys.